to try, look, even for me personally, my character, they would try to attack my character. They'll say he a rat or he this and that.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask him who I told on.
Paperwork.
I ain't never told on no in my life.
Yeah.
In the Prem situation, look at this case. It'll tell you who told on him.
Right.
My name ain't in that case.
Innocent or guilty, criminal or citizen, that could get them any time for any crime. Say, look, if it say, sir, did you see such and such and such, do such and such and such? Oh, wait a minute, only time, the only time.
Show me one place in the federal guidelines where you can have 10 machine and get 1 year of community service and 1 year incarceration.
I said, how you feel when them New York and shit like 50 and all them niggas be trying to do all that old.
I'ma tell you something. When you're fighting a man with no arms, expect to get kicked.
Okay, y'all, if you know anything about 50 Cent, you already know getting on his bad side is a huge mistake. And T.I. learned that the hard way when 50 Cent started dragging him through the mud over these long-standing snitching allegations. T.I. has been stuck with that label for years, and he faced major disrespect from his peers. And of course, 50 was one of the loudest voices at first. T.I. tried to play it cool and brush off 50's shots, but things got messier over time, and T.I. started firing shots at 50. Now, you'd think T.I. would know better than to poke the bear, but he went and challenged 50 to a 20-track versus battle, even offering it up for 50's birthday. And of course, this only made 50 even more petty. He went and dug up that old 2008 Crimestoppers ad where T.I. was encouraging people to report crimes, and the internet went wild over that one. But here's the kicker. 50 and T.I. actually used to be cool. They worked together on tracks and everything, and they've both done very well for themselves. But despite all that success, the snitching allegations still haunt T.I., and 50, along with others, just can't seem to let it go, even recently.
You know what I'm saying? But they talking about, they try to use that I need to order protection, but why it feels like I'm the here then? If I needed protection, you needed protection. And your protection gone.
So 50 and T.I. go way back, and their drama is nothing new.
Even offering it
aside from throwing shade at him all over social media.
Only made
50's beef with T.I. seems to boil down to a few things. First, T.I. is nonstop begging for a versus showdown. And let's not forget, T.I. also stirred the pot by talking smack about East Coast rappers like 50, especially over that infamous Crimestoppers ad. Back in 2007, T.I. was in some serious hot water after getting busted on gun charges and staring down the hard barrel of a 20-year prison sentence. So, he decided to make a public service announcement urging people to help fight crime.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Till, but this is about another kind of Till that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, community coverage.
Now, you already know this ad rubbed a lot of T.I.'s industry peers the wrong way, and they were quick to slap him with the snitch label. And of course, 50 Cent was one of the first ones to jump on that train. 50 first threw some shots at T.I. on G-Unit's track You So Tough, where he raps, "Get knocked with 10 machine guns. Only get 12 months. Oh, don't talk to me, you talk to him. You talking to them. I got the best lawyers money can buy. They said they would have got me 10, or maybe 9. I said, how do you explain how homie breathe? They said, keep your mouth shut, or you eat the cheese. So here, 50 was referencing that whole situation from 2007 when T.I. was a no-show at the BET Hip Hop Awards. Just hours before he was set to hit the stage, T.I. was arrested on federal charges. Turns out his bodyguard, who was secretly working as an informant, handed over 3 machine guns and 2 silencers to T.I. after T.I. forked over $112,000 for them. Now, here's the kicker. T.I. was a convicted felon, so obviously, he wasn't allowed to own those weapons. But although he eventually pleaded guilty, his sentence was surprisingly light.
So tough
to everyone listening to it, is an awesome song. Listen carefully. Actually, you don't have to even listen that carefully. There's a line in there directed at another rapper in the game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What line? What rapper you talking about?
It was a line that has you questioning that you have. Is it true you have the best lawyers in the game?
I feel like I do.
Okay.
I have great.
And you asked them a question that if you got caught with 10 weapons in your car, you would have seen 10 years,
But
maybe 9.
What makes you feel like there's a line to a rapper?
It just seemed to be very coincidental with the timing of things that are going on.
That's like.
Will you deliver the line for me 1 second? I don't want to do it injustice.
You use real life situations to create something that's entertaining without being specific. That's entertainment to me. Like if I had an issue, when have you known me to be indirect with an issue?
Oh, you're pretty direct.
Right, so if I had a problem with any artist, trust me, they would know. You see what I'm saying? When I take it and I write that, it's because a lot of people think that. And they're not saying it because they're cowardly people. You see what I'm saying? So when you write it and you put it there and you leave it and say, watch, let me watch and see what happens. And there's so much controversy around it, you didn't say anything. Then you go, see, they think.
P.I. He was also asked about this right around the time G and It dropped You So Tough. And it seemed like back then, he was still ready to give 50 the benefit of the doubt. Although, let's be real, T.I. really couldn't afford to fight back at this time because the feds were watching him. 5. But you already know it was only a matter of time until this drama resurfaced again. So fast forward to 2020, and that Crimestoppers video with T.I. resurfaced online. This was right around that whole drama with Tekashi 6ix9ine and his racketeering case when he testified against 2 alleged 9 Trey members that SO. When 50 Cent caught one of T.I.'s Crimestoppers ads, he couldn't resist throwing shade. He wrote on Twitter, "This the first song I'ma play, you so tough." 50 was referencing T.I. challenging him to a versus battle, and this tweet included the infamous Crimestoppers video, as well as an audio clip of you, so tough. It didn't take long for T.I. to take the bait. He jumped right into the comment section to clap back at 50's post, and was quick to deny any snitching claims, insisting that he never helped the authorities take down anyone. But he didn't stop there. He also implied that 50 might be projecting, and wondered if 50 has something to confess about his own rumored snitching past, T.I. wrote. "The video clip is cute. In poor taste, but cute. However, I prefer facts. I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement to get nobody no time for no crime ever. 50 Cent, can you say the same?" But T.I. didn't stop there. He then shared 50's post on his IG and wrote a long caption, again challenging 50 to a versus battle.
But how are you dealing with when, the 50 cents are coming at you?
Well, I mean, honestly, man, to be perfectly honest with you, man, I gotta deal with each situation as how I hear it come out of the person's mouth. You can misinterpret songs, lyrics, you know what I'm saying? When you're being interviewed and someone asks you, how do you feel about this? I gotta take that. I gotta take your verbal rather than listen to your lyrics and jump to a conclusion. And when I heard him speaking on it, he said he wasn't talking about me, you know what I'm saying? And me and 50 always had a decent rapport, you know. It wasn't never nothing negative. So, and like he said this in conversation. At the same time, he said, man, he's never had a problem with saying people's names when he's speaking on them. And that's not like 50. If he going at somebody, he usually say their name and make it known. It's usually not ever whether or not, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that it's just unnecessary to jump to a conclusion and, you know, create an issue where there is none.
I'll take this as an acceptance of his catalog challenge. We got him, he bit the bait. Set this ish up so I can finally shut this watermelon head, invisible neck ninja up once and for all. T.I. then again claimed he never snitched on anybody.
You see a snitch?
You already know it didn't end there. T.I. still wasn't done talking, and he brought up that infamous Crimestoppers commercial again during an interview on the Big Facts podcast. When they asked him how he feels about people calling him a rat because of the ad, T.I. doubled down and stood by his previous comment and finally decided to clap back. About a week after T.I.'s interview aired, 50 hopped on Instagram and, in a now-deleted post, reposted that clip from the interview and had a few words of his own, saying, "This was a week ago. This ninja was telling me about a comedy show he's working on backstage. I don't like all this kind of, it wouldn't be a good idea to come around me again. Respectfully, stay away from me. As if the drama wasn't already messy enough, things got even more heated after King Von's death. T.I. made some comments that rubbed people the wrong way, and 50 was one of the first to call him out. T.I. decided to weigh in on the violence happening in Atlanta just days after Chicago rapper King Von and 2 others were in the city on November 6, 2020. T.I. wrote, "Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with Black excellence. We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That is just played out." He captioned the post, "Handle your beefs in your city. Thanks in advance." And this is when 50 Cent decided to check T.I. again. 50 shared an Instagram story posted by King Von's sister, Kayla, who asked 50 to step in on the family's behalf.
He got a beef or something, man? Because I seen a post today where they were saying that you were supposed to be in